directions here. It is a question of extracting value. You know, can you take to the mines and bring up some gems, or are you just going to be taken down with a big split, a lot of open area around you, maybe not managing that threat correctly? With only 2 points so far today, it seems like they haven't really got the wherewithal to hold a split like this. If you're going by the results that they've seen so far, as teams start to push in, their mettle will be tested, and we'll see if they can weather the storm.
Benny's been in the dirt for quite some time, hanging out, scouting. Team vision just up ahead. You also have Loxy in this area too. This hilltop, quite deadly. And Benny setting a trap very slowly, but once he springs it, Vision very well could lose a player, maybe even two. A bit of a shift, not too much changes for Influence, Rage, Power, Vision. They're still going to be chilling where they currently are at, and we'll have to see how this hilltop fight is going to end up unfolding. Such a critical spot that teams want to lock in. And well, you mentioned Team Falcons earlier, rotating out from the outside, coming in. They are quickly moving in, and Influence Rage has started to fire some shots on Team Falcons.
I think Falcons have just lost one on the approach there. Yeah, you can see they're now on two players. They tried to crash in towards Power. It's not going well. Right now, Power's split is bold, but it's working. They have got that western point held down and easy all the way out to the eastern side with 4 players alive. It looks like they are going to go for that regroup, so they aren't going to try and get too bold with it there. They've extracted the value from the corner compound, and they're just going to retreat off it. I think that's sensible, and they are going to be able to make out like bandits with 5 elims, and now a position on the east in a very central location.
Very much indeed. Team Power looking so strong. Team Falcons taking the shack. I never liked this spot. John, I'm not a favorite guy for the shack, man. His spot is rough. I call it the Dev Shack. IG is going to keep them in check, but that's where the Falcons decide to stay. As far as I'm concerned, any point Falcons get from this moment is a miracle. Every single point Falcons is able to accumulate is simply due to Narvalo. So we'll take the victories. We'll take the W's where we can get them. But for IG, hanging out at the moment. Horta, though, curious what they do from the outside looking in, because you got No Fear and co, who's going to be on the advanced position. And well, they can simply push up into Falcons IG a little bit later on. For Yangon Galacticus, the winners, though, of our last game, Kinatrope keeping them back, forcing Yangon Galacticus to go all the way into Papa Blue and reposition.
God, that's a throwback, Papa Blue. Okay.
That's it. I'm bringing it back, baby.
Oh, dear. Uh-oh. Yangon Galacticus going to re-rotate out on this one onto the south side, and Romeo dips back in. It's only stage 3. We are going to see them sent on in. Maybe scouting towards Kinatrope here, who are rotating out to the southeast side, but not getting too bold with it. I like that. He's heard a couple of those shots coming through. He'll know that there's a player now off in the distance. They can draw a little short, take a couple of shots. The rest of Kinatrope looking to respond here, and they'll be aware now of a presence to their south side on their flank. Fortunately, not too many other teams are going to put pressure on towards Kinatrope, so they can take the time to deal with this.
Smile swings it quite wide. Kinatrope keenly aware of Yangon Galacticus' position and where they are rotating to. Bit of a pause on that fight. I think both of them, instead of engaging onto each other, specifically from Yangon Galacticus pushing up that hilltop for the fight's not going to be easy, so they wait for the next stage to pop. They might have an advantage here, and they will. They should be able to take over the hardcover POIs just on the edge of where the current stage is at, or maybe they can just go ahead and go a little bit deeper. But for them, now having that hardcover POI, gatekeeping Kinatrope could be huge. And for Say Cloud, I think he's setting a trap.
I mean, he's close enough to take these shots. He's close enough to take this fight. The question is back up, and the question is what pace the Kinatrope take towards it. Falcons under pressure now. They're 2 players alive, but for how much longer? Narvalo knocked. R8 want to try and circle in. Ralph now the last to stand. 9 rounds in the chamber. None of them are going to connect. A nice little do-si-do sidestep from R8, and that is the Falcons out of the running. They get 4 points on the match. They'll be okay with that. 46 points, not a terrible way to end match 5.
Well, for the second game in a row, R8 will take down Team Falcons. They did it just on Erangel, map 4. They do it again here on map 5, albeit again, Team Falcons staying alive as long as they did, pulling out the heroic fight against Alpha 7. We'll give them their flowers despite the early exit. Falcons did exactly what they needed to do. For Say Cloud, he split from his team. Yangon Galacticus has sent their other 3 away, relatively split up. Say Cloud said, I'm staying back. I want to try and attack Kinotrope if I possibly can, but I believe Final is keenly aware that there is a straggler of Say Cloud hanging off in the distance, but that fight still hasn't unfolded just yet, but I'm sure it's going to happen eventually.
On the west side, 4 players alive, mounting up now. Make a decision, make your call, and let's go for it. Waiting for teammates to heal up a little bit, and they go up towards the high ground, taking a little bit of flak from across the way, but their rotate continues. They're heading straight on in towards the circle here from the west edge, and they've just got to pull short up on the road. So a small rotate here. They're playing it in dribs and drabs.
Kinotrope has finally started to move. Yangon Galacticus says our trap didn't work. We'll reposition and live to fight yet another day. But over here, we got Fireflux fighting up against Noxum Red Force. Matcap, player that was truly instrumental and deep into the last end zone before. He's down. Now Noxum Red Force have a tremendous advantage, especially with Tizzy with the off angle. The question is with Scarface, he's been spotted, but I believe with that off angle, he might actually hurt Doc and Tizzy quite a bit if they try to rotate into Solus and catch.
Matcap actually naded himself in that engagement, which is, look, that's bad, right?
I would say
you don't want to be doing that. That generally ends in disaster. Of a Fireflux losing a player in this compound, they had the numbers advantage. Sure, they maintained it, but it could have been a 2-to-1. Now, engagement. Scarface actually sending away, and I at this point, yeah, fair enough. I think this may be smart for Fireflux. Allow Noxum Red Force to hold that longhouse for you. You know you've got power to your south. You want to try and hold face because third parties, they're going to come at you thick and fast if you get a little bit too spread thin.
Yeah, he's got a great line of sight too. Noxum Red Force, if they do move out of this spot, they should be spotted. Fireflux taking over the shed. That's going to be great for them. Power most likely going to be the Grim Reapers of everyone in that engagement. Onto Hora. They spot out Kinotrope, fire a couple of shots. Kinotrope quickly as can be, trying to rotate out. They finally make do, but off in a distance, you've got another solo from Kinotrope, who's firing down on Hora, keeping them to the ground. Gamix also up ahead, and Kinotrope has to fight off.
Power's position just keeps getting better and better with these circle shifts. Dead center, control of compounds, hillsides to play around as well. They're out in the open a little bit, but they've got so much maneuverability, and the teams around them have got none. That northern side, Visions are going to have to leave their high ground position that they've held for so long. And Loxy, who's been solo since that drop, is going to have to do the same. He's dead now, will not be playing on into this one. So from the north side, it's just Vision who have to make their dash. But the western edge is about to get chaotic. There are 4 teams looking to push on in from this location, and Gamex are going to look to stop them all.
What a No Fear taking down the vehicle. That's going to leave one of the member from Kinotrope out in the open. He can't really disengage from this fight. No Fear is keeping his head down. And it's going to be up to, of course, Kinotrope to try and get this player out of there. The van starts to roll in. Do they hop in for a quick disengagement? They're going to need to. The question is, where do they go? Because Gamix hold the hardcover POIs just in front of them. But if they can somehow distance themselves from Hora, they can live to fight another day. But I got to be honest with you, I don't like where Kinotrope is currently at.
The question is, can Gamex do this hold, right? Can they actually make it work? On the 5 matches they played today, 6 points only. The similar story back in the group stages. This is a team that has really struggled in this tournament. So I do wonder if they're going to be able to execute this hold in the same way that I'd have confidence that other teams could. A brilliant spray from Ozzy-san to find the knock over towards Ora, and once again entrenches them down in this ditch. They're going to have a really tough time. They're going to leave Jiggle, see how far they can go. No Fear on foot, has to try and march his way on into this one, but it is just a hail of bullets he's met with.
But do they know where he's currently at? Do they know he's going to be on foot? Ozzy-san really IG rolls in. Hora might be totally dismantled, and IG does exactly that, and now they can focus their attention on the remaining members who's going to be up top for Kinotrope. Final, Big Nate 3 down. Rafa, what are you going to do in this moment? Anything? Can he even get out? I don't think so. The fact that Kinotrope has turned the fight, turned the tides in their favor is tremendous.
17 tons of death crates in the area, Everybody's going down. Kinnetrope looking to try and stay alive across the road, but they've still got to go a little bit further. Everybody needs to look both ways on this one, and it is just hell for leather as these bullets storm their way on in. No fear, spraying down, but it is Aura, I think, the only team to actually still have a representative alive, but the blue zone's going to push them out, and that is that. On the western edge, nobody makes it out.
Insanity. We lose 3 teams just like that. IG blew that fight wide open, pushing in full send. No one was expecting that. I didn't even catch it until it was going down. I couldn't imagine how Kinnetrope and Hora was feeling in that moment. But hey, our Americas region teams are highly aggressive, and that was a great representation of it. IG full send straight in. Well, that clears up quite a few players, and now we focus our attention. Influence Rage Diego from a distance, keeping the pressure on to R8.
Central circle shift pops up for us, and again, over towards Power. They are going to look to keep this farming up on the points now with the 42 that they currently have. They want all that they can get out of this one. Feel themselves nice and safe in towards the rest of the day. They've got 5 elims already on this match, and nobody really stepping their toes anywhere near them. Yangon Galacticos at this stage, I think, is their major threat. From this south side, the approach could be taken control of if they can get rid of AXTMG on 3 players on that south side.
It's up to Romeo to call that out. Hey, Henry, Cyrex is going to be just behind us. Do we want to push the issue and take them down? Gatekeep them if we possibly can. My only concern would be Power dead center, but hey, either way, they've got to deal with one or the other. Maybe even challenge Gamix, only because even though they're in a great spot, we know they are potentially a weaker team for Yangon Galacticos to push into. And with Influence Rage firing some shots into location, it might very well be doable. But the question is, I have for you, where does Influence Rage go from this moment, right? They only have a handful of members left. They've been shooting at R8. Clearly, R8 is going to fire at them when they decide to move in. But I think for Influence Rage, there's really nowhere safe to go.
I mean, you're going to have to play terrain at this point, right? They do have a couple of vehicles, and it's not out of the question that they could crash to the shack that sits to the southwest of Vision, north of Power, but that's a dangerous run out, and R8 are definitely going to take shots. Little boy might be going for it, though. He's mounting up, he's moving. In the meantime, Diego trying to keep some shots, keeps the suppressive fire on, but he eats a bullet too many, and he is sent down into the dirt. A forward position, though, found, and Little Boy will be playing that terrain.
Yeah, I think for Influence Rage, they understood, look, R8's going to be an issue. Hopefully we can get it down. If so, it gives us more leeway to rotate in, but it just doesn't happen. You mentioned Yangon Galacticos pushing in to AXTMG. That's exactly what they do for just a little bit, but eventually back away. But the good news is for 2 players, at least SayCloud and his duo, they managed to push a little bit deeper towards that airdrop. And now for AXTMG, there's really nowhere they can go that's safe.
Power takes shots out towards Henry. He's down, he's flushed. Cyrex now looking to potentially regroup towards Devotee, who's trying to suppress Yangon Galacticos in turn, but will not be able to connect on the spray down. Cyrex up to the roadside now, and actually doesn't want to stop there. Gathering momentum, he's going to divert across and play on top of AXTMG's outpost. Devotee has his team regrouped towards him.
Smile drops, great shots from a distance. AXTMG refusing to budge. They may not have the numbers, but they've got the heart and are utilizing it as much as humanly possible. A team that needs to claw their way up the standings, currently in 14th with 8 points. That's simply not going to be enough, but with 2 more games remaining, this being one of them, they understand what's at stake. They understand what they need to do. Power in such a beautiful spot, still dead center, all eyes on them. But of course for Lil Boy, 2 players from Gamix up ahead. He lost his duo just a little bit earlier. Full send, Panda's out, and Lil Boy is looking to challenge.
Oh, with the pan, you're kidding. Doesn't quite connect, just a little bit to the side. I would love that. That would have been beautiful, but no, not to be. Doesn't have any nades, and he has been tagged now by Gamex, who is standing up on the ridgeline, but Power know this ridge is here, and they have to push a little bit further. Start standing up, just kick straight down time and time again, and they're going to invest more nades? I don't think so. And they're taking shots from Power, who have been in the middle of this circle for the longest time. That's going to continue, and it's Yangon Galacticos with the side swipes. Another player goes down, and Gamex are falling flat once more.
And Lil Boy's just having the time of his life. Still looking at R8, the Grim Reapers, to his duo just a little bit earlier in Diego. For Gamex, that's 2 points in front of you. Lil Boy, I understand you're going for placements points. You're trying to stay alive as long as humanly possible, but make a move.
You hope so. But standing up, I mean, you could see immediately how Romeo would spot Lil Boy as soon as he crawls too far forwards, with no nades either. It's just too dangerous here. The Molotov on the tree, Lil Boy's chilling. And Gamax are going to get pushed in, but so is Lil Boy.
Yeah, just a tough situation for both, right? For Gamax, for Lil Boy. Really know where they could go, and here comes the blue zone starting to engulf Gamax as they just crawl forward. And well, eventually, boys, you just got to go for it. You just got to move. And that's exactly what they're going to do. Surprisingly, Lil Boy, though, does have a line of sight potentially onto R8 to his left, which would be big, but he's going to focus his attention onto Gamax. And the first victim underway. Oh, he's taken down.
Oh, it's going to be on the swivel there. That was Krona to be able to keep them alive, but Influence Rage will fall. It looks like Gamax are going to be falling fairly soon as well, as Krona had to stand up and give his position away to R8, who rotated down to the western side. They're playing on us too, and they do not have too many more options than this. Yep. There's Yangon Galacticos yet again to pick themselves up. Romeo got rezzed in the meantime, and again, this south approach was really the only chance of taking power down, but Vision have actually cleared out the northern side. I thought they'd have a little bit more trouble with it.
R8 might be moving straight into him. There's so many line of sights, whether it's power, Yangon Galacticus, you're really never safe, and well, it is good. The cat's going to be out of the bag. R8's been spotted. Vision knows exactly where they are, and they also know it's just going to be a duo. For Yangon Galacticus pushing forward, Power's got the hardcover POI. They've been sitting here for the longest time. They're on 8 eliminations. They're going for double digits, and I see no reason why this game doesn't go to them with the highest scoring elimination lead.
The question is, when do these teams crash around the edge? R8 concluding on the north side with Vision. If Vision can take this one down cleanly, 2 crashes onto Power's position at the same time could be disastrous, but that needs Vision to stay alive. And R8 are really reticent to let that happen. Never Alone steps out, sprayed down, and R8 are chewing through them now. Volt the last to stand for Vision's on the northern edge. Needs to keep himself together. The nade goes up on high towards Prestige, but they split the difference. Will find a knock. No, not quite. And they know it now exactly what tree he's playing behind. It's only a matter of time.
Only a matter of time indeed. Volt needs to hit a miracle nade. It's cooking, it's thrown, but it's been dodged. And Volt still in dire straits. Vision, too much tunnel vision onto Power up ahead. They forgot about R8, even though they had to have known the duo was there, but they didn't respect them enough. And because of that, once they started firing up Power up ahead, R8 took the opportunity to third party themselves, and now it's an absolute disaster for Vision.
And this is so annoying for Yangon Galacticos as well. They needed that opportunity, right? If R8 go down cleanly, there's a chance that Power lose to 2 full 4 pushes. You play for a second place, but now as it stands, Power can just take these shots for free down towards the south side, and immediately they're starting to open the cannons towards Yangon Galacticos. That approach is getting dangerous, but Verdun is traded away, and Power lose a player.
They lose one, but their position is still very, very strong. Yangon Galactica is going to have to fight even harder, especially now with one more dropping off. That leaves them with just 2. For Vision, a slight recovery. The revives are starting to come in. The tree being really the savior for Vision in this moment. Now, granted, that is only important against R8. I still feel once they start to apex that hill, Power is going to take their heads off.
Yeah, it's really nasty stuff here. 3 nades in hand for SayCloud. It looks like they don't have too much more smoke to work with. They're looking out for R8. They've seen Prestige, but the nades from Power are just going to ring on over this ridge line. That Molotov is beautiful. Might push them into the blue zone, and they'll go down to it. A nice result for Yangon Galacticos either way, getting into a top 4 off the chicken dinner. But Vision, they're still going, like you said. They managed to find a little bit of recovery, but they are still struggling, it seems, on the northern side with 9 elims.
9 elims, great game nonetheless. You got to give them their flowers where flowers are due. Vision, where do you go from here? You just got to push forward. You got R8 to your right. Alhaji now starting to get active. Getting a forward position onto Team Vision. Marcelo as well. Alhaji's down. Did Power just throw this game away?
Oh, I don't know about that one. It is still a lot of pressure onto Vision. They will fall, but now it's a 2 versus 2. Inside the building, Power is going to start to lose pressure very, very quickly. Ragnar needs to find a way out. So does Easy. These walls have now turned into their prison.
Oh,
and the ankle is swept underneath the vehicle there. It's all up to Easy now in a 1 versus 2. All right, looking to turn things around, but the res can come through, and Alhaji being back on his feet could be crucial.
All right, from Team Falcons, they continue to push forward. They take down Vision, and now they're looking to take the game in sensational fashion. Only 2 more players remain up ahead. Power able to recover just for the meantime. A true 2v2. Easy's moving out. He's taking damage. He's now up close and personal with the team of Power. Prestige, though, refusing to back down, hitting the shots needed as Power starts to collapse. And is it all right? Yes, it is, as they take a tremendous victory, taking it away from everyone.
Power Esports had the center of the zone for so long, and as soon as the blue zone shifts them out of it, they crumble. That is a great result for R8 to pick up the pace here towards the end of their first day here in the survival stages. But there are still some other good results out of that match. You got Vision starting their journey, seemingly asleep for the first 4 matches. Match number 5, they open their eyes. You've also got to look over towards Team.
Well, I mean, I'm even looking at Power with the 2nd place. Double-digit elimination.
That's who I was thinking of, Power.
Double-digit elimination.
I completely blanked.
Without a doubt. I mean, R8, what a victory, and I cannot wait for the Nets to break it down. We're going to go to a quick break. When we come back, the final game of Day 1 survival stage will be underway.
Dear PUBG Mobile fans, we are delighted to invite you to the 2025 PUBG Mobile World Cup at the Esports World Cup in Riyadh, KSA. This exciting event will take place from July 25th to August 3rd at the Boulevard City. We've prepared tons of event perks, such as the PMWC avatar frame, Esports Passion set, Esports Passion parachute, and tons more items.